So Sony is getting sued left and right behind physical media, and I gotta say it is well deserved. They gotta keep getting sued. We gotta keep standing up and keep talking about the fact that we want physical media to stay, because Sony is trying to get rid of physical CDs and trying to replace it with an all digital future. This is not the time for it, and people are standing up, and Sony is getting sued behind this, and they truly deserve this. They really do. But what's up, you guys? Shade here. If you want some quick gaming news, your boy got it for you right here on this channel. So you guys, let's go ahead and get right into it. So IGN had posted this article, and it got different people publishing articles and all talking about this bullshit that Sony trying to pull off. But this article is from IGN, and it says Sony faces antitrust lawsuit from Mexican lawmakers over its decision to end production of physical games. The article goes on to say lawmakers in Mexico are set to file an antitrust complaint against Sony due to the company's controversial decision to stop printing physical games starting January 2028. As reported by Level Up, Mexican federal representatives, which I ain't gonna say their names because I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to jack it up, basically Reyes and Lewis, will submit a complaint to the country's National Antitrust Commission requesting a formal investigation into Sony for alleged anti-competitive practices in the games industry. And the lawmakers' argument is that Sony is trying to create a monopoly, basically, that is going to drive up the cost and cutting competition and destroying the games market infrastructure, which that is not a lie at all. Like, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to go ahead and make a monopoly because Sony is the biggest console platform when it comes to like third-party games, and not really first party. I really give that more to Nintendo, but Sony makes a lot of money for their third-party games. Like games like GTA 6 is going to drive up console sales and all like that for the PS5. So this is a big issue because without us having physical media from Sony, and who's the biggest console platform, it takes away options from us, because you can actually get a cheaper copy of a game like Astro Bot, for example. You could get one for like $40 on physical, but the game on the PlayStation Store is like $70. This is a problem and a major issue because we want to be able to own our games. But the person Reyes, who was actually one of the well-known resident gamers who's a representative, had actually went ahead and said this: if this disappeared, anyone who owns a PlayStation will no longer be able to choose where to buy their games and will be forced to purchase them exclusively through Sony's store. And guess what? They're going to be able to control the pricing. You're not going to be able to own the game, because really when you buy a game digital from Sony and all, you do not own the game. You don't have a license to where they could take the game off the store at any time. They could shut the game down to where you won't be able to download the game at any time that you want. You won't be able to preserve the game. And this is one of the biggest issues that they have when it comes to Sony, is preservation of a game. Because that is one thing that I gotta say I like about PC. When you buy a game, you own a game, you can download it. But when it comes to Sony, you can't do that. This is bad for gamers. It really is. This is one of the worst business moves that I have seen when it comes to the gaming industry just in general. And Sony is facing a lot of backlash, rightfully so, behind this, because it does hurt gamers and we do not have the option to actually own our games. Like, Sony want to take away ownership and they want to be like, no, we want to control the pricing. We do not want y'all to be able to have the choice to be able to loan your games to a friend. We do not want you to be able to go ahead and have the ability to resell your games and all, because Sony want every last dollar out of your pocket with a move like this. And the fact that you have other countries, because you also got the UK and you got other countries that's coming after Sony head behind something like this, and I'm glad that they are, because Sony need to be held accountable, because they really think they could just do something like this. This is actually bad for collectors and all. And the fact that you actually have the governments actually standing up against them, will this actually work and actually stop the whole entire thing? It might not. It might not. And I hate to say that because I really want Sony to fail with this move. Like, they get a lot of backlash. They're not really responding online because they see the backlash. They know the backlash going on. Every time they post something, they get community noted on Twitter. They know what's going on. Sony need to go ahead and really rethink this strategy, because I'm sure we're gonna have an all digital future at some point, but right now is definitely not the time. Like, they could at least did what Nintendo did. Now, I'm not really, happy about this, but I would prefer an option like this instead of no physical CDs at all, to where, okay, the digital is going to be like $70, but if you want a physical copy, it's $80, because that's what Nintendo basically doing with their games. And that would be a better solution than what Sony trying to do, which is honestly, it really is some bullshit. Like, come on, like, it don't make no sense at all. and a lot of people standing up against Sony for it, and I'm glad that they are. And hopefully these countries keep putting the pressure on Sony when it comes to this situation. But you guys, thank you guys for watching. I really want to hear your thoughts. Comment down below. And if you enjoyed the video and you're looking for more gaming news videos, hey, hit the subscribe button, so that way you can stay up to date with the latest gaming news. But thank you guys for watching, and Sony, you suck for this.